What's up, guys? This is Luis Montoya. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So happy you guys are here. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, like the video at the end if you guys like it. Stick around because it might be a little bit of a long video. So today we're going to cover a really good topic, which is how to deal with anxiety and how to reverse being an introvert, okay? So if you think you're an introvert and you think you hate small talk, then you might want to stick around for this one, all right? So I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I actually have applied to my life that have definitely helped me overcome a lot of these issues, okay? So first of all, this is the techniques that I've used. I didn't come up with it. I came across a lot of videos. I do a lot of self-development, and I try to invest in myself and try to become a better version of myself, okay? So let's get straight into it. So first of all, I personally believe that nobody's an introvert. I personally believe that people who say that they are a introvert is because they relate that type of attitude to something that might have happened in their past that maybe condition themselves to becoming that way, okay? So for example, I'm gonna take myself for an example. There was a lot of events in my life that happened in my upbringing that made me believe that I was an introvert, right? So the fact that my family didn't have much money and I started hanging around with people that did, you know, I played soccer at an early age and a lot of competitive teams. So I was always around rich kids and I was always the poor little Mexican kid. So there was a lot of insecurities when it came to actually talking with them and trying to fit in, things like that, right? Simple little things like even like my parents. So my parents, I love my parents, but you know, their marriage, now that I think back, my dad being, you know, like a big macho Mexican guy, the attitude that he had with my mom wasn't very loving, I guess you can say. So as a young child, I saw that, and that type of like, you know, attitude where it's, I guess you can say, you know, you gotta suck it up and tough love, conditioned me to having some insecurities, you know? Now that I think back, you know, I can't remember one time that my parents actually told me that they love me or they were proud of me for anything that I did. So I was always trying to seek that type of approval. So that, you know, already conditioned me to have insecurities inside of me because I was always thinking that I wasn't good enough, right? Now for you, you need to look back into your life and figure out what was it that caused you to be insecure, right? So again, a lot of this stuff is, you know, insecurities, moments in your life that have, you know, made you think that you were like this, right? So, or maybe, you know, maybe someone introduced you as a child as the shy one. So, you know, you kind of started taking that identity into your life and started applying it, right? So let's get straight into it. So first you got to pinpoint, you know, what caused that? You know, was it a breakup? Was it, you know, maybe your upbringing? What type of event? I'm going to get really personal on this one. I remember when I was a kid, I used to drink coffee as a child, which is super bad, right? So my teeth growing up weren't the brightest. And I remember there was this girl, I must have been like 7, 8 years old. There's this girl that I really liked. And I had my buddy go up to her and be like, hey, you know, like Luis likes you and so. And I don't know for sure, but my friend kind of gave me the idea that she said that I was cute, but my teeth were too yellow. So that was something that kind of hurt my feelings. And, you know, as a child, I didn't know how to fix that type of problem, right? So I always kind of grew up not smiling because I was always conditioned to think that my smile wasn't great, right? So even as an adult, I don't really smile much. It's not because my teeth are yellow, because I actually take care of my teeth. I have a really nice smile now. I've invested money into fixing those type of issues. But again, I'm trying to prove a point that, you know, maybe it's something that might have caused this type of emotion, okay? And also the anxiety comes with that. So let's get into how do we fix that problem, guys? Okay, so there's been a ritual that I do every single morning to try to get my mind in a positive, more, enthusiastic type of attitude and just have that type of like, be secure about myself, right? So it's a morning ritual. I've talked about my morning ritual on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's at Luis Montoya Fit. I do a bunch of stories and I talk about tons of stuff, not just fitness, guys, but my main purpose is to help you guys level up your life. So I talk about fashion, I talk about dealing with insecurity, I talk about finances, building a business, training, everything. So make sure you guys follow me. But I have a morning routine that I do, right? I'm not gonna get super detailed onto what I do step by step, but I'm gonna get straight to the point on how do I fix this problem every single morning, right? So when I wake up in the morning, I put on some positive music, right? And I've learned to condition my mind to be more secure about myself, right? To have that self-confidence, right? So I'm gonna link a video in the bottom that I want you guys to check out, and it's an amazing video. The presenter is actually talking about a Tony Robbins routine that he has his audience do, and it actually helps you become more confident when you speak, right? It's everything from like the breathing to how you stand to how you smile. Like you got to think about like how would you feel if you were to be more confident, right? Would you have a little bit of a smirk? Because I know for me, like when I'm feeling confident, I have that little side smirk, and you guys have seen it in on my videos and stuff like that, right? Even my voice, like it starts getting a little deeper, right? So I started controlling the way I talk, the way I stand, the way I carry myself, guys, So you can see the changes as I start talking about it, because my mind is already programmed to remember those little things and, just kind of trigger them, right? So I do that every single morning, guys. I get myself into a confident state. Check out that video. That video is going to take you step by step, and it's, again, it's down to the breathing, how you stand, how you walk, and you got to visualize yourself, being more confident. Guys, ever since I started applying these type of techniques into my my life, my confidence level has been like tremendous with everybody. I do this every single morning right before I get to the gym. So, I provide a really good experience with my clients. I provide a really good experience with the people that I interact. Women that are around me, I have no problem talking to any type of women. I always say, guys, you can be the best looking guy, you can have the looks, you can have the fashion, you can have the money, you can have the car, you can have everything, but if your game is off, game being your confidence, you're not going to attract that type of woman that you want. All right. So again, I do this every single morning. I built an anchor being like something that triggers that. Okay. So for me, it's, it's like, yeah, type of thing, So as soon as I do that in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror, I do that little anchor, I start feeling that confidence inside of me, and I start conditioning myself to be a little bit more, not a little bit more, a lot more confident, right? So simple little things like, being an introvert, a lot of us hate small talk. Okay, so how do we fix that, guys? So what I started doing, I started challenging myself, right? So after I went through a breakup, even though, yeah, I'm a pretty good looking guy and everything, I'm successful in business and things like that. But again, as soon as I had that split, my confidence level was so low, guys. So I tried dating. I'm gonna make a whole different video about, how to approach dating after a breakup, but it just wasn't working for me because, my confidence wasn't there. And it was just fucking up everything, right? So I went back to the drawing board. I started working on myself, started working on my confidence, and like now I have no problem approaching any type of girl that I want to talk to, because I get myself into that mindset of being more confident, and I built that anchor. So whenever I do see a girl that I'm attracted to, or maybe I want to talk to someone to build a relationship for business, or maybe a consultation, I built that anchor, I get into that mindset, I get a lot more confident. Guys, walking into a room, visualizing yourself that, you're gonna own the place, you have to create that anchor to get you to that level of confidence. And once you do, you're gonna own it. Walk in there, chest up, confident. It's all in your walk, your swag. Everything comes together, guys, and trust me, you're gonna own the place, right? So you have to mentally start believing that you're, this person that you built up in your head. I always tell myself, like even like when I try to approach a girl, I'm thinking to myself, I'm the catch. She like what qualifies her to be in my life, and this is not something that I say out loud because this is for you. Whatever helps you get more into a confident state rather than, it sounds a little cocky and stuff like that, but just think about, hear me out on this. Now, imagine if I'm thinking over here, this girl's out of my league, which I have, thought about that in the past. My approach isn't going to be so smooth. I'm going to come from a different, state of mind rather than thinking like, like this girl wants me. Like I'm the catch. I'm going to go up to her and be like, what's up, girl? Like, what's your name? Type of thing, guys. So try to get yourself into that, mindset that you're the catch, you're the shit, and, be more confident. So whenever you guys are, gonna approach something big or whatever it is, even in the mornings, like I said, have it be a routine. Get yourself in that, sense of confidence, build that anchor so you can, activate it at any moment. Simple little things, guys. Like I just went to the Fit Expo and exact same thing. I went with my mindset, I'm gonna freaking own this place. This is the first year that I actually get to go and walk around in a very long time because I'm always working the booths with, my company. So I started walking around and guys, girls, everybody was like super freaking, intrigued and attracted to my energy. And it was just the fact that I was just owning the place, I was feeling good in my clothes. My energy was great. It was just like the simple little things. As soon as that, I didn't even have to say anything. It was just that energy, that aura, that, people are attracted to, guys. So I was mentally putting myself in that state. I went up to a really attractive girl that I wanted to talk to. I went over there, said hello, had a great time. Again, if I didn't put my mind in that mindset, I probably wouldn't have talked to her. So again, it's simple little things like, just creating those habits and conditioning yourself to try to get yourself in that mindset. And once you get yourself in that mindset, it just becomes natural, guys. So start working on that. I challenge you to, start putting yourself in that mindset that you are the shit, that you're amazing, and you're confident. Challenge yourself, guys. If you're in sales, maybe start challenging yourself to approach maybe 10 new people and tell them about your business, tell them about your service. I'm a personal trainer, so for me it would be maybe going to the grocery store, going to the mall, and maybe just kind of handing out a couple business cards and letting people know a simple like, hey, how's it going? Here's my business card. I'm a personal trainer at Self-Made Training Facility in San Marcos. I'm offering a free consultation and a free workout. If you're ever interested, come on by, or if you have any friends that might benefit from my service, bring them over. Here's my number, here's my social media, check me out. Nice to meet you. Boom, simple little things like that. Maybe start challenging yourself. Like, if you're a guy, start, trying to approach the pretty girls that you're attracted to. It's gonna be a little hard at first, but if you bring that confidence, trust me, it's gonna be super easy, because after a couple of no's, that yes is eventually gonna come. And the hardest part is always that first one, Once you approach the first one, you start building up that confidence, and you're like, what was I so scared about? It's just talking. It's just literally talking, guys. So simple little things like that. Start putting yourself out of that comfort zone, because when you put yourself out of the comfort zone, you start growing and you start conditioning your mind to be a lot more confident. So this stuff really does work, guys. Again, with the same idea that we're talking about, that you think that you're an introvert, you think that you don't like small talk, that's been conditioned over and over and over again through your life. So imagine if you start conditioning your mind that you're actually confident, you start standing up more straight, you start dressing better, you start looking better, you start talking better, you start getting that little smirk on your face, and kind of like I do. And again, guys, it's simple little things to try to reverse the fact that you think that you're an introvert, that you don't like small talk. So what I started doing is the whole introvert thing. I have to be extrovert for my job. I'm a personal trainer, so I had to deal with a lot of people. I do a lot of consultations. I do a lot of sales. I hate talking to people, right? I don't hate. I actually enjoy it now. I used to think that I did, right? So that was just because I wasn't confident. So I started building, I started challenging myself. So what I started doing is every single day I challenged myself. I'm gonna talk to 10 new people, and simple little things, guys. Simple little things like saying hello. And I talk about this in my Instagram stories. Simple little things like, maybe at the cash register when you're doing, some shopping, just talk to the person with a little simple hello, how's your day going, compliment them. I always say, like if you notice that they have their hair done or something, be like, oh, I really like your hair. Do you just get your hair done? Simple little things like that. I really like your shoes. That smile, you have such a great smile. I'm pretty sure you hear that a lot. I just need to compliment you and say that you have a beautiful smile. Simple little things like that, guys, Once you start doing those little habits, trust me, it just, your mind just doesn't even think about it. And you just start doing it, you feel more confident, and you start building a new character. This character is gonna be the new you. Super important, guys, that you guys built it into your head that, this introvert, this, all this anxiety that you have, it's just a condition that you built up throughout the years, and you control that. So if you know that you're in control, you can fix this. All right. So with the anxiety, I know a lot of you guys have anxiety. You have to realize what triggers that anxiety. All right. So for me, I noticed that now whenever I have a lot of work, I tend to get anxiety. I start getting panic attacks because I take on too much work, and I'm a hustler. I wanna kill my goals and everything. But a lot of times I take on way too much, right? So how do I fix that? I build a team. I started delegating some of the stuff that I don't need to be doing, right? Or maybe, I start thinking to myself, hey, you know what? This might be a little too much for me right now. Even though the money's good, I'm gonna go ahead and, just pass up on it. And it's okay to do that. So you have to figure out what is causing your anxiety. Is it an ex-boyfriend, or ex-girlfriend, or is it, whatever it is. Whatever that is, you have to address it. Right? If it's that ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, maybe have that conversation with them. Maybe you never got closure and you need to get that closure. So that way, when you do see their number or you see them on the street, you're not thinking like all crazy and, start getting those anxiety attacks. So anyways, guys, simple little things like that. Get out of your comfort zone and start building, conditioning your mind to actually start thinking a little bit more confidence. And trust me, you're gonna build that confidence. It's gonna be a new you, and I hope that helps. There's a lot more that I can give you guys, but I'm gonna save it for the next video, which is gonna be the how to approach dating after a breakup. So if you guys found some value in this, make sure you guys hit the like button. Check out that video link that I was talking about, and trust me, guys, this is gonna help you tremendously.